Hi, my name is Cody Githens. Today I'm going to talk to you about the terminology of bows. It seems like they're coming out with a new bow every year, and it just seems to me that they came a long way from what they used to be. Today I'm going to talk to you about two different kinds of bows. One's the compound and one's the recurve. The compound is the one you're probably most common with for you, or those of you that are common with bows. First of all, I'm just going to talk to you about the compound. Um, the compound, just like any other bow, has a main frame. The main frame just is what holds everything together, and it's what makes the bow. First, I'm gonna talk to you about the limb. The limbs are what helps you with your draw weight and your let off. They've came a long way with the limbs, I think. It seems about like 12 years ago they came out with the split limbs. Basically, for a lighter weight bow is what they said. The split limbs is supposed to help you with your weight. And help you with your let off. Up here as your limb pocket. It's where your limbs connect to your main frame. There's two knobs up here at the limb pockets. These two knobs is what determines the draw length or the draw weight. Most bows have a set weight, from 60 pounds of pressure to 70, or it could be 45 to 50. But if you turn these knobs, that you can lower it or you can raise the weight. It's just basically what you want. Like I said, that's on both ends of the bow. These big wheels, for those of you that don't know, these are your cams, and then in the middle of that there's an axle, and this is what basically tightens your string whenever you pull back, and what lets it go whenever you let go from your release. Today, hunters with compound bows are looking for a quiet bow and a fast bow. Some may say, well, how do you make it quiet? Well, these little black rubbers inside your limbs, there's one on both ends, and those are called silencers or limb depressors. These little black rubbers, they help knock down the vibration, which knock down the noise. Also, on the string, there's these little black pieces of rubber, and they do the same thing for your strings. One wouldn't imagine a string when you let go, a string making a big noise, but some bows they do. You got three different strings here. You got your yoke, then you got your actual bow string. Your yoke just helps keep everything tight whenever you pull back and let go. Your bowstring is what you connect your arrow to, and it's what you have your peep sight on. Your peep sight is just a little black hole or a little black piece of rubber with a hole in it, and whenever you pull back, it straightens out, and you can see directly through it. And whenever you look through it, you're going to look into your sight window. Now, your sight window is where you mount your sight on. It seems like today they've come out with so many different kinds of sights out there. It used to be just a metal frame with a few pins or a few strings in between it. On this bow, I have a true glow sight. It's easier to see your pins. It has different colored dots on it, and it just helps you better in the field. Directly below your sight window is your arrow rest. Your arrow rest plays a big part, it seems like, anymore. Just like your sight, they've came out with so many different types of arrow rest. The one I have is the whisker biscuit. The whisker biscuit is just a round piece of metal that has fibers that go into it with a hole. What you do is you slide your arrow through this hole, and it helps your arrow stay in contact whenever you move your bow around so it don't fall out. But you slide your arrow through the rester, and it comes back and it locks into your bow string. This right here is it's called a stabilizer bar. It plays the same role as your limb depressors and the silencers on your string. The stabilizer bar is just a threaded rod that goes into your main frame. Most compounds do have a hole in the main frame where you can put a bar if you want it. Basically, what the bar does is it helps keep your bow balanced whenever you're drawn back. It's real common in competition shooting. In competition shooting, you want to have a real steady bow so you can make an accurate shot. So you'll see all kinds of different stabilizers in competition bows. This orange piece right here is a wristband, basically. A lot of hunters will use it whenever they want to make a clean shot. Whenever they shoot, they'll just let their bow kind of fall. And if you have this on there, you can put your hand through that, and it will not fall out of your possession. This right here is your cable bar. Your cable bar just kind of keeps everything in line with your strings and how everything shoots. On that cable bar, there is a slider that holds your yoke and your second bowstring. Basically, what that does is it just keeps everything in line, like I said, so whenever you do shoot, nothing gets raveled up or loose. Then, on this side, on the opposite side of your sight window, you have your quiver holder. Your quiver holder is just a frame that mounts to your bow, and it holds a quiver. For those of you who don't know what a quiver is a device that holds your arrows for you if you're in the field or if you are at competition. But the quiver is just, like I said, a little device that holds arrows. There's many different kinds of quivers out there. It all depends on just what you want. I got this little one just because it's lightweight. I don't like to carry a 30-pound bow through the timber, so I got this lightweight quiver. It works perfect. It holds 3 arrows. You can get some that hold up to 8 arrows. I don't see any point in it, but I got the one that holds 3. And the quivers, they got a cushion in the box of it. Basically, what that for is like for us hunters that go out, we use broadheads on our arrows. Basically, it's just a safety device. You can put your broadheads down in that cushion, and you don't have to worry about them, getting dull or hanging out and cutting you or somebody else. Along with the bows come a long ways, your arrows have come a long ways also. Growing up, I always seen, like my grandparents, they like all their bows, and they had these real huge arrows on there, and I never really realized, why you needed such a big arrow. But they had the aluminum arrows, and it seemed like that's all that there was. But whenever I started shooting, they started coming out with the carbon fiber arrows. And carbon fiber arrows, from what I've seen, have made a big difference in your archery. They're a lot faster, a lot smoother, and they're just more consistent for your shooting. Up here you got your nocks. Your nocks is what goes on your bowstring with that little loop I just showed you. And you put that in there, and the nocks are designed to hold your arrow up against that string until it's released. Just below the nocks are your fletchings. Fletchings have also came a long ways. These are blazer fletchings. They're designed for a fast arrow. They cut down the arrow speed. But like I said, they have come a long way also, along with your arrows and everything else. Some may wonder, well, how do you shoot the bow, or how you let the string go? Well, for those of you who don't know, they got all kinds of different releases out there. Basically, a release is just like a trigger on a gun. It has a strap that goes around your wrist, and just it locks onto your wrist. And you got this little device that you have a trigger on it, and there's a little slot in there that goes around your string. You clip it, and it holds back until you pull the trigger to let it go. So basically, it's just like a trigger on a gun. It's really easy to figure out. The next bow I'm going to talk to you about is the recurve. The recurve is a bow that's been around for a long time. This was my dad's old bow. The recurve is a lot similar to the compound. For those of you that know about bows, it's a lot similar to the long bow. But on the recurve, we do not have cams or axles. It's called the string knock, and basically it's looped around the limb of the bow. That's on both ends. And just like the compound, you do have a stabilizer bar to keep it balanced for you. You do have a sight window, just like your compound. A lot of times on these bows, you didn't see like the true glow sights on the compound. They were just a metal bracket that had two or three pins sitting outside of it, and that's what you used. You also have the bowstring. It's called an arrow knock on here, or arrow knock rest, and basically what it does is it keeps your arrow from going up and down. Directly parallel with that is your arrow rest. Your arrow rest, just like on the compounds, is a place to put your arrow, just to have it set in there, or so when you're ready to shoot. It's a very similar bow. just like everything else. But it's amazing how technology has come these days with the different kinds of bows that they've came up with, and it's just really an awesome sport to get involved with. So I if you guys know anybody that has a bow or wants to get started shooting a bow, I encourage it, and it's just a really great sport to get involved with, and it's one of those sports that I think when you start, you'll never quit. So I encourage everybody to get a bow and just go out and shoot and have a good time. Thank you.